my channel. My name is Katie Edwards Campbell with the Katie Campbell Network, and you're probably joining me because you're here for frauds and fines. And of course, I'm trying to over deliver this weekend, and taxes are due tomorrow. And with me being a tax preparer, it's a very busy time. I'm probably running on like 1.5 hour of sleep. But this one came across my radar, and I'm like, I have to update the people. So please continue to help me get to 1,000 subscribers. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Thank you so much. I really appreciate all the comments and all the support. So this week, I want to talk about a South Florida businessman who pleads guilty to a federal wire fraud charge after investigators say he used COVID-19 relief loans to buy luxury items and a Lamborghini, right? So this episode is about David T. Hines. He's from Miami, and he was arrested back in July 2020, and assets were frozen when they arrested him. They took the car, and in the bank accounts they found $3.4 million. So man, he didn't even have time to spend the money before they were on him, right? But he got so much money, and these were early days, so I guess he was one of the first ones who got arrested. So I was reading up, and looks like they formed a task force to try and catch these people. And, the FBI had their little fielder people just going all about doing investigations because they started to catch up to the fraud pretty quickly. But what they identified was that the schemes are so, complicated that, it took them some time to unravel until, they could file official charges against these folks, right? So David Hines was arrested July 2020. So he owned some South Florida moving businesses. He applied to Bank of America for 7 loans under the SBA program. He claimed he had roughly 70 employees and that the payroll amounted to about $13.5 million, right? I don't know if he had 70 employees. He probably lied about that. So the bank approved 3 of his applications, right? So remember, with all the 7 applications, he put in a request for $13.5 million, man. The bank approved 3, right? And that totaled to $3,984,557, right? One of his first purchases was the Lamborghini Huracan Evo for $318,000. I don't know about you, but I know if I was in that dealership, like my heart would have been beating so hard out of my chest. I probably wouldn't have been able to complete the transaction. $318,000 one go just for a car? Come on. So according to the original complaint, investigators state that he also used the loan money for dating websites. He had expenses for his mom. I guess there were multiple expenses, but there were like $15,000 a piece, right? He went to Graff Diamonds, spent like $8,530. He bought clothes. He stayed at high-end hotels such as Fontainebleau and Setai on Miami Beach. So how they really caught him, because it looks like they were investigating for a while and just trying to put the pieces together. It looks like he was in a hit and run accident in July 2020 with the Lamborghini, and that was how investigators were able to track him down, So he went ahead and pled guilty. He admitted that he fraudulently sought millions of dollars, and that, instead of making payroll, he went and, paid for personal expenses. So this popped on my radar again recently because he was sentenced last Wednesday, where he was sent to prison. So he he was sentenced to more than 6 years. That's what the news report stated. So this was last Wednesday. So even though like some of these charges are pretty high, it looks like when it does go to sentencing, you know, it gets knocked all the way down. That doesn't mean you're supposed to do it. Now, I see like some people saying in some of the comments I've read, and even on other videos that I've watched, people are saying, well, what do I do if I got a fraudulent PPP loan? Call an attorney. You know, find out what your options are. I'm not legal advice. I don't know what you should do other than call an attorney and ask them what you can do. Now, if you haven't spent the money, I really don't think it's going to be simple as taking the money back to the SBA or the loan provider. They will probably still have to contact the authorities. I really don't know how that works, but contact an attorney, see what your options are, but don't let these things ruin your lives. If it's not for you, it's not for you. Don't apply. Don't commit this fraud, guys. It's not worth it at all, right? Just at all. Just leave it alone. So hopefully I can get in another upload by next weekend. It sounds like they've made 100 arrests so far, and they've already sentenced about 70 of the people. That's what I saw in a news report. So I will keep the stories coming. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for watching.